Well, I grew up, my mother was a single mom. I had an older sister. She was in a bad relationship. Our father was a drug addict, alcoholic, and he beat her. So she kicked him out to try to protect us. Then she ended up marrying a French man who ended up being much the same. He was an alcoholic. He didn't use drugs. He was just an alcoholic. And he would beat me. So I've always been in an abusive home.
Child abuse is a terrible thing. It affects many children all around the world. I know this because it has affected my mother. It has affected my whole family.
I was in and out of Children's Aid. I got the help that I needed. They have what they call is a Red Door service, family services. And it's for a family to go to when they don't have a home. So we were in there a couple of times. And like I said, the Children's Aid involved. And my mother, she was always supportive. She never doubted us. She always believed what we said. I was, I guess, about 6. Yeah, I'm going to say I was about 6 years old. And our neighbor, who used to come over, and he would try to sexually assault me at the age of 6. And I told my mother, and of course she believed me. And she took us away from that.
Personally, my opinion of a child abuser has had some kind of issue in his or her past, and this results from a never-ending cycle. It would take a very strong person to stop this cycle. No child deserves to be abused and treated badly for any apparent reason.
I think child abuse is despicable and cruel. They are just so innocent. I think there should be more awareness and more awareness campaign against child abuse, especially in places like Africa, where it is still very prevalent and not much is done about it.
I don't think that it's only girls. I think girls are targeted more because they're, seen as the weaker side of the, human race, I guess. But I do think that boys get targeted too, because if you think that your son isn't man enough or something.
The beatings that man gave me was ridiculous. I remember being 10 minutes late coming in the house after seeing a school play. And we lived next door to the school. Right next door. It wasn't like I had to walk 10 miles or anything home. And he was waiting at the door. And he had this belt, because he was a truck driver. It was a thick belt and it had a huge buckle on it. Huge buckle. And he beat me with that buckle. Not the belt, the buckle. I had welts all over my legs and my arms. Our superintendent called Children's Aid, and I ended up in Children's Aid again. My mother fought to get me out. She told Children's Aid that he would be gone, and he was. He did leave. And that was the end of him. That was probably the last beating I got from him. I didn't want nobody to judge my mother. She tried her best. She protected me as much as she could. She can't be with me all the time, because she used to work night shift. So that's how he used to get a hold of me when she wasn't home. And it was always me. And that was because I was the one who always sticked up for my mom when she got her beatings from him. I last Sunday afternoon. Came home, he was all drunk, and they were fighting in the kitchen. Took a butcher knife and he started going after her. And I went and I jumped on his back just to protect her. And that's why I was the one who always got beat.
My mother has broken the cycle of child abuse because of the support and the help that she has gotten from all her family. They loved her and supported her. Anyone can overcome the cycle of child abuse as long as they have love and support from their family.
So if you're not taken away from the abuse, and if there's nobody to believe you and you don't get the support, then it's a horrible way to grow up. And you're going to end up repeating the same things. But if you get the support and you have a parent that does believe you and in you, then you will survive it all. And I have. I've been married for 23 years. I have 2 kids. I have a full-time job. I have a great job. I have my own house. I've done well. And that's because of the support that I've gotten from my mom.